one of the most pivotal moments in modern history in the sport with relation to Korea was in 1998 when the US Women's Open was won by a Korean athlete. Since then, the country has had a huge pivot towards the sport, and Korea is now seen as a juggernaut within the game, in terms of playing as well as producing athletes from it and for it. But why do they play? What would make them so obsessive about a sport such as golf? There are a few reasons to explain why. A game of status. Within Northeast Asian society, there are rules, and these rules must be enforced. Mostly about social attitudes and relations, interactions, and lineage with the lower, middle, and upper classes. Historically, the social classes within society and Korean society were clearly defined as to who had lineage from a particular class, and those from the classes socialized within their fellow ranks and among fellow people in their group. However, occupation by Japan destroyed their last dynasty, and subsequent occupation by the Russian and American armies destroyed this social class system. Within the South, imitating the Americans and golf being one of the sports that the Americans played at the time, were taken up by the upper class to show their status and ability. The rich and powerful played golf, or those who wanted to give the impression that they were of high status played as well. Historically, once the workday was over in Korea, men would go and drink to socialize, and vent and let out stress from the work they had done during the day. But increasingly, many are now playing golf. Many can play for hours before or after the workday. Korea has some of the most modern, up-to-date, and visually stunning courses in the world, and these golf havens can attract the rich and powerful to play and once again to show off their status and power. It's been said that if you know a lot about the game in terms of discussions with one another or to other people in general, people will like you and be impressed by you in Korea. This is all of a huge, extraordinary, gigantic aspect of masculinism, the woman's game. An interesting fact is that in Korea, the women are easily better than the men in terms of skill in the game, both domestic and internationally, in most circumstances. According to the culture, aspirations for men and women are different in Korean society. A wide consensus is that most families would want Korean men to work in a corporation or be successful in that sort of field. Also, if a young man were to build a career in the golf sport, he would have to plan for the mandatory 21 months of military service, which has stopped many potential male Korean golfers from having a real career, due to starting out, working for their big break in the sport, only to have the service take them out of the game for an extended period of time before they could later return. For women, it's different. They don't have the military recruitment, and within Asian culture and Korean culture, women can be empowered and have the same aspirations as men. Combine this with the corporate world being dominated by men, it's easy to imagine why Korean women will be so effective, skilled, and have free reign in the golfing sport. Made in Korea. Due to the overall skill of male and female golfers in the country, there is a very real and concentrated effort to keep them playing in Korea, and more importantly for the Korean team, once again, both domestically and internationally. In 2016, various golfing tournaments offered more than $22.5 million in combined prize money for competitors. Originally, players desired to go abroad to prove their worth and skill. Playing in American golfing tournaments used to be the pinnacle of Korean golfing. But in modern times, many are choosing to stay within Korea and, more importantly, to play within the country as well. Another reason for the decision to remain in Korea in terms of golfers is the language and culture barrier abroad. Plenty don't want to exactly deal with foreign fans or media, as well as language and expenses accumulated during an overseas tour. Playing the game can be quite costly, and as a result, many choose not to venture abroad in terms of golf tournaments. Genetics. Sometimes cited both domestically and abroad is the fact that golf can be seen as more becoming of the Korean physique and ability. You need to have a certain size generally or ability to play more durable contact sports such as football, baseball, basketball, or other such related activities. It's been said that golf can be more of an open sport for Koreans to play as, and it's been cited why slowly traditional Western sports in the country, like baseball and basketball, are declining in terms of youth playing the sport, and golf is growing in popularity because anyone can play, male or female, and regardless of age, in terms of the young or old as well. These are just some of the reasons why golf is such an obsessive sport in modern Korea.